Dear students, we continue our second part of second lesson, and it is my question that on the second lesson we will return to the history, because we need to see this evolution, this development of the social doctrine of the church, and the development of the theology and understanding of the values and human culture. When we read Bible, we see that the personal, many things depends from the personal vision and personal value of the person. And when we speak about the welfare state, or sometimes we speak about the development, we need to remember that the first welfare state was paradise. Paradise where human person was in harmony with nature. Human person was happy. Human person who had the idealistic rapport with God. Then after when the person Adam and Eva were, this maybe we can speak about this symbolism and in the Bible. But we have seen in particular in Old Testament that many people see the freedom as a political struggle, as the economic prosperity, when the person looked for promised land. It's very interesting to analyze this vision of the person. The person in any age, in any time period, historical period, when we speak about the religion, and even when the people was with Christ, they need some miracle. Maybe it's strange, but people prefer not to study, not to pray every day, but they look at for miracle. When you will look for a miracle, something that we don't wait, we forgot about the greatest miracle which we have. This greatest miracle is gift of life, and the people prefer to believe in different ideologies. Sometimes the people believed in some king more than in God, and it was motive of the deformation of the moral values. Second moment very interesting is the question of the personal sin, individual sin as we think, but we may see that in the history many state orders were indicated not for the ministry, not for the surviving of the people, to serve people, but this state order more legalized the right of the strong of this world. I give example. Any politics in the past who managed some people, they created different laws, licenses, tradition, and so many we can see different situation and different laws that the people couldn't judge them. Many kings or politics, or maybe nobility, you can call it by different words, they look it to create some order which will protect themselves first of all. And it was motive of the so-called of the poverty, of the war, of the social conflict, of the crisis, and other motives of the human we come to say strategies. Tragedy. It was when we see the history. It was motive that the people need concrete science. It was one of the institution which was created on this land was the church, what was founded was the church, and there the goal of church was the promotion of good news, of the truth, who lead the human person to the liberty, real freedom, not some political or economical or something, but it was in harmony with all aspects of the human life. The church speak about the salvation. Salvation is to renew your dialogue, your communication with God, and second of this dialogue with God, to have inspiration to create on this land, to live on this land, not only to create some different institution only to think about their prosperity. Now we have today we may see this deformation of the values, in particular, for example, in politics or economics, when in our mass media, TV is more important. It's very important the question, some indicators like Dow Jones or something ciphers or something question of the profits and so. But for example, we forgot about the place of the human person. We forgot about the role of the family. For many persons, the economic crisis motivated the bankruptcy of many banks. But not so much. Only some people speak, for example, about some question like how much young couples, how much young families divorced, how much young children, teenagers lives about the care of their parents, how much orphans we have in this society, how much people don't eat well or enough on this planet. Near 3 million of people don't eat enough, not only well. And it is this. It was all this crisis is motivated by the egoism of many people. This crisis was motivated by the not understanding of the real value of the human life. When some role, some activity of some institution is more important than the lives of the people. It was a situation that in this condition was born the first pontifical encyclical Rerum Novarum, when the technologies, motors, changes the life of the human planet, this planet. When maybe it was the progress, and it is a progress, but which result the people had during 60, 70 years before the pontifical encyclical. The person who was the owners of the states, plants, and the fabrics and others, for them the human work and human gift of creativity and a human person was like a slave. They don't see the real value of the human dignity. Nobody didn't interest what the workers had to give eat to their children, and the condition for the working was terrible. And Catholic Church, before, for example, in Germany, France, and other, began different action to unite the people in the different moments, unite the workers to create some alternative. And for it to achieve this goal, Pope wrote Rerum Novarum, where we spoke about the rights of the workers, priority of labor our capital, people are more important than property, and everyone has a right to the basic necessities of life and the just wage. The role of politics and economics must be common good. As one philosopher said, that the state is created not to build here paradise, but to create the conditions that our life here will not put into the hell. Sometimes it's very great, it's a very good thought, because for the state it's very important to give the guarantee of the basic human rights. It's a liberty, economical liberty, it's a religious liberty, that the people have the right for their own expression, to pray. The people must be active citizens, not passive observer of the different processes, but they must be in the dialogue with others, must be in the member of the different association, and must be active citizens who together change this vision, that the real right of power, real power is all citizens, but not some institutions. It was the second pontifical encyclical was the Quadragesimo Anno in 1931. It was written in the time of the great radicalism in Europe and in the world, like communism in Soviet Union, Nazism in Europe, and different kinds of radical politics in different European countries. In this encyclical, Pope spoke about the solidarity and cooperation between the people, and it was a great, it was like some prophet message before Second World War, where teaching of the Church proclaimed everything which is done outside of God's laws don't lead to the positive result. Many people didn't understand the Church. Many people didn't understand this prophecy and this message of the real of many spiritual authorities. Many people didn't want to understand the logic of the development. It is impossible to achieve to the good result when the people recognize some ideology with hate, when the people are ready to destroy other states and to achieve the goods and products and land of other people. Many people didn't want to understand that by war you can only create the atmosphere of the strategy of the people, of the destroying of their families, of the destroying of many goods, cathedrals, states, roads, fields, of the people which is created by the labor, by the working of many generations before. It was some paradox of the humanity, because every century we have many wars, and we have not enough possibilities to speak about the peace, Because only when it is peace, when it is a security, we can the possibility to build something, not only to destroy. It can be on the macro level or micro level. The macro level is the relations between the states. On micro level, the rapports between the members of the citizen in one city, in one community. When the people prefer to lose their time in different amply political discussion or economic competition, then to bring together the responsibility for their life, to rebuild the atmosphere of the solidarity or different micro institution which the people need for their daily life, like kindergarten, like to aid to the poor people, to old people, to the people with different problems, illness. When the people don't choose some ideology, then to have this open mind in the light of the laws of God. It is a great problem today, but it was always so. Only the people who understand it, they must unite their efforts with others and to begin to build new world. New world around you, new world to promote good news, new world to build, not only to destroy, to develop, to protect the nature, ecology, to protect our resources, to protect the human dignity, and everything what we need here. It is the second part of the lesson. I hope to receive some of your questions, and then we will speak about other pontifical encyclicals. Thank you very much.